What's going on, tech lovers, gaming enthusiasts, gaming lovers, people who like seeing comparisons and knowing how things work? What's going on, everybody? So here we have it again, where PSSR is having another issue. I think this is on like game number 6, and what I mean by that is even in other games where it's ignored, like if we looked at yesterday's video on Foundry about Fortnite, they ditched it for TSR because TSR is better than PSSR. Definitely in that scenario. XESS, which is Intel's upscaler, is better than that. DLSS is better than that. Right now, it's taking a fourth place battle between FSR and itself. And there's situations where it just has too much issues, and I think people would rather just have FSR over there because that's at 3.1, but they have a 4.1 or 4.0 in the works. It's going to be a lot better. Sony was trying to use the PS5 Pro as a PSSR as a selling point for the console, and a lot of people were excited, thinking that it was going to be better than everything besides DLSS, and it was going to be close to it. But the honest results that we're getting is not the case. But of course, because it's still in beta to me, and Mark Sony has a lot to learn along with everybody else. And people thought that they were going to be doing some guts into the console industry. It's like, no, because you already have TSR. You have DLSS for Nintendo, but you can have that for PlayStation and Xbox because that's NVIDIA only. So for the AMD world, you have FSR, which is going to get a 4.0 upgrade soon. It's already at 3.1. You have XESS. If they use it, it just depends because that's mostly for Intel stuff. But it can be used across AMD, but not at its full capacity. And then you have TSR, which is better at the moment. So I would say from an A&D standpoint, I can understand what they're saying if it is fully optimized and probably at its 2.0 or 3.0 mark. But as of right now, no, it's not better than pretty much anything because it's having too many issues. So I kind of wanted to get that out. This is not to offend anyone. And if I did, I don't care anyways because I'm telling the truth. I'm not, here for the fanboy crying because a lot of people are doing that. This is about just reporting honest results and how things work. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. We're about to go into this again. And if you want me to name some other games you haven't look at Alan Wake 2, look at Silent Hill 2, had to turn it off. Look at Gran Turismo 7. Fortnite ditched it, as we see. And there's one more other game that had some issues with PSSR. Um, I'll have to think of that. Well, we can put this in box right here, but there's going to be more too because, like I said, this is just the beginning and it's in beta phase, so it's not going to be permanent. But right now, it's not close to DLSS and it's not better than the other ones. So remember that. All right, y'all, let's get into this.
This is becoming a big joke. And now listen closely. I'm not talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro
God of
or the
War.
upscaler PSSR in general. I'm talking about companies. They're releasing a PlayStation 5 Pro patch that makes a game look worse than before. And then those companies calling this PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced. What the And I can already read some comments that like to tell me that I should not test PSSR because it's too new. Sony needs some time. What are you doing? Are you an Xbox fanboy and stuff like that? Hey,
That's absolutely stupid. They're the ones that released it like that. They're the ones that are forcing developers to try to show off their new upscaling AI technology with an arrogant mindset, as if like they're going to be better than other people and be right up there. This is their fault. They do this all the time. This whole generation, they're blowing everything they've been doing. It's like they tried to say PS5 was only PlayStation 5 exclusives at the beginning, then they start doing crossplay, right? And you got people mocking Microsoft, right? Just like they thought they were going to do full gas rush and do Concord. Look at their arrogance. And guess what happened? It all backfired. Putting games at $69.99 and not getting the sales that they want. Putting this at $700, not getting the sales that they want. All this mocking against Microsoft, but now they're doing cloud streaming. Now they're making their service like Game Pass. I mean, let's stop being hypocrites here and being full of shit. And I own everything. Got another Xbox controller over there, my Nintendo Switch controller right here, and I'm on my high-end gaming PC. So I don't care what a fanboy has to say. They're getting offended over facts and defending people who are full of shit, like Sony. Getting in bed with woke DEI ESG agendas. It's like, get out of here. No, they're doing this to themselves. Nintendo's superior. Let's go.
First of all, you're not telling me what content I'm doing on my YouTube channel.
Talk to
and
him,
second
bro.
of all, this is not about the PlayStation 5 or PSSR, which I think has a great future. I like my PlayStation 5, okay? And
Yeah.
I paid full price for it, okay? No one supported me. No one gave me the PlayStation 5 Pro for free, as also some comments are actually trying to tell other people. Okay, so this is about that a company released a patch which makes a game worse than before. And I know that even I'm providing proof, as here in my video, some people will not believe me, but all what I have so far said, and of course I'm making mistakes, there's no doubt about that, but all what I have said about PSSR PlayStation 5 Pro was more or less confirmed by other channels as well. So this is about that we have now another PlayStation 5 Pro title where we have a worse picture quality than before. And the worst part is that we have now no control anymore to change this, because on the PlayStation 5 Pro we have exactly one graphics mode. The performance or target 60 FPS. We're talking about performance in a second. It's targeting 60 FPS, okay? So this is all what you got. You can't disable PSSR, you can't choose any other graphics mode. That's what you get. On the base PlayStation 5, we have the fixed 30 FPS, the fixed 40 FPS mode, and also the target 60 FPS performance mode. This PlayStation 5 Pro enhancement patch is a big downgrade. And I was hoping that at least in regards of performance, we have now a better experience on the PlayStation 5 Pro, but this is unfortunately also not the case. The base PlayStation 5 runs the game more or less the same as the PlayStation 5 Pro. You have dips down to, let's say, 55 FPS at some point, or 58. It's not a fixed 60 FPS experience with VRR enabled. It is somehow enjoyable, but it is not better on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And at this very moment, I really don't care if we have now a slightly higher resolution on the PlayStation 5 Pro, or maybe better shadows, maybe a better motion clarity when we're moving around compared to the base PlayStation 5. Maybe we have now better global illumination, something like that. I really don't care, because the overall image quality is now worse, and this is more important than having a slightly higher resolution. Okay, my friends, I know already that many people will not like this video, and I couldn't care less. Okay, so this again, it's not about PlayStation 5 Pro, it's not about PSSR, which again has, in my opinion, a big future ahead. It is about companies. They're releasing patches which makes a product worse, and in this
Well, the problem with that is that it's not just that. PSR is an issue, and it's not something that you just simply release a patch and it works all well. As we see, it's not turning out that way. I don't see why somebody would send that to Sony and do that on purpose. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. There's a lot more here at stake, because we're seeing this in multiple games where they just have to avoid PSSR to make things work properly. So I believe that it's a double-edged sword, meaning that it's on one end and it's on the other. Because we're just seeing this with multiple games, even their own. Like, so we saw in Gran Turismo, like we saw in God of War. Like, when you start looking at things, you're like, okay, yeah, it's having issues. So there's something wrong with the system. Where it's like, oh, FSR's been here, TSR's been here. They're not doing that. So yeah, there we have it.
Case, it makes this game worse. Okay, so there is no doubt about that. And if you don't believe me, watch other channels in a couple of days when they releasing their findings, and you will see they're coming to the same conclusion as in many other times or cases, actually, because there is nothing to sugarcoat about this. Okay, this game looks incredible on a 4080 4090 when you have the power. When you have the power actually to run this game is not looking good on the base PlayStation 5 period. Okay, as soon you start moving around, this game looks absolutely awful. Now it's even worse because now, okay, let's say like this, maybe the motion clarity thanks to PSSR is now slightly better compared to whatever they used before, probably FSR, but the shimmering what we have now, the shadow flickering, it is just worse now. It's not to recommend. And again, I don't understand where the is quality control.
Yeah, well, PSSR is a problem with a lot of games. All right, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Here we have it again, where we see it's just a simple patch. But I would say if other things are running worse outside of PSSR, that's definitely also a development issue. So let me know what y'all think, y'all. Peace.